It's officially 2024, so what better time to show you my CD and vinyl collection. This collection is everything that I got in 2023 or like years previous to that. So we're going to do this video in categories. We're going to start with One Direction, then we're going to do their solo music, then Taylor Swift, then we're going to do just like the CDs I've collected of just kind of like random artists I like Ed Sheeran and Olivia Rodrigo. The next category is like CDs that like my family members have kind of collected, and I just like found them in the loft and no one was listening to them, so I decided to organise them and bring them down to my room. Now, I'm not saying that I'm a massive fan of these artists. I'm not trying to pretend that I'm like all cool and listen to all of them. I do occasionally listen to their music when I like don't know what to listen to. But yeah, that's enough talking, so let's get started. I just want to apologise really quickly if the lighting keeps changing. I live in England. It's like sunny 1 second, then pouring down with rain. So if the lighting changes, that's why. Let's start with One Direction. Of course, the first one we're starting off with is Up All Night, which is their debut album. This came out in 2011 and I have 2 copies. This is just the regular CD and my aunt got this for me. And then this one I got at the charity shop. And I actually took it to my Louis concert that I went to in November. And I met up with my online friend there and we both drew a heart round Louis' face. And then on the back we wrote the tour date and then just Faith in the Future World Tour. Next we have Take Me Home. And this is one of my favourite albums. It's either this album or the 4 album. I feel like I like more songs on this album, but I also feel like my favourite songs are on 4. But this album is just like, it's so iconic. Like for me, like it was 2014, so like I grew up with it. But yeah, I have 3 different versions of this. The first one I have is just the regular red CD. Then the next one I have is really cool. It's the Live While We're Young single. On this CD we have Live While We're Young and I Want Live. Next I have the Take Me Home yearbook. This just contains like the CD. It has a page of like fan photos and it just has a page about all the boys. So it has a Liam page, Zayn page, Niall page, Louis page. Then we've got a Harry page. But yeah, the rest of the book is basically just photos. I think that they took from, I'm guessing, the Up All Night tour. Yeah, it's just a little booklet of photos they took around when they were on their first tour. As this is the yearbook, this is basically the deluxe version of Take Me Home. And the extra songs that it has on this is She's Not Afraid, Love You First, Nobody Compares, and Still the One. Next we have Midnight Memories, and I only have 2 CDs of this. They're both the same CD, and I really want to get the deluxe version of this. I really want to get the deluxe version of all the One Direction CDs. But yeah, I just have the basic one. Next we have the 4 album. Let's just start off with the CDs. I just have 2 of just the regular edition. The reasons why I have 2 of most of the One Direction CDs is most of them I got one when they originally came out. And then years later, like recently, I've been finding a lot more at charity shops. So that's why I have 2. Here's what the CD looks like. It's very 2014, but it's really cute. Now, this is the first vinyl of the video. We have the One Direction 4 vinyl, and I just have it in the black pressing. I'm not going to show you the photos on the inside of every single one of the vinyls because that would just make this video way too long. But if you want to see just what all my vinyls look like, just comment it down below. I'd be really happy to do a video about that because I love vinyls. I love talking about them. But yeah, so I just have this one in the black pressing. Next we have Made in the AM. This is like the same layout as the last one. We have 2 of the regular CDs. And again, I got one when it originally came out and I got another one from the charity shop. Moving on to our second vinyl of the video, we have the Made in the AM in the black pressing. So this is the final thing for the One Direction segment of the video. Now let's move on to their solo stuff. We're going to start with Louis, and I'm a Louis girly. I love Louis. Louis's my favourite. So it's kind of weird how I only have one Wall CD. I don't really know why. This is just like the regular one. I actually can't remember if there was any other ones. There probably was. But I really like the CD. It's really clean. I like the black look. This is his first album. And I feel like it's just like a good, clean, strong start. I also have the Walls vinyl in the black pressing. I would absolutely love to get my hands on different versions of this vinyl because I do only have one. And like it's only the black pressing. And it's just like quite small. Like this is quite a thin record anyway. So I feel like I kind of need more. Next we have Faith in the Future. And if you couldn't already tell, this is like my favourite solo album. And just currently my favourite album, like ever. Let's just start off with the regular CD I have. As this is the regular version, it doesn't have Holding On to Heartache, High in California or Change. But I just love the CD. Like I said, this is my favourite album. Next, we technically have the Faith in the Future CD Deluxe version. This is his movie documentary, and it comes with, well, the movie documentary, but then it also comes with the Faith in the Future CD, which has the additional songs of Holding On to Heartache, Change, High in California, and the best part, Back to You studio version. Okay, so let's move on to vinyls now. This is just the Faith in the Future vinyl in the black pressing. This is the Faith in the Future vinyl, and I guess this is the deluxe version. It's really thick, and again, I actually got this one for Christmas, so if you want to see me talk about it and see the inside and like the massive picture and lyric booklet, go watch my previous video. I got this one in the black and white spiral like marble pressing. The next vinyl is probably my favorite thing I just own in general, and it's the Faith in the Future picture disc. Okay, so we finally finished Louis, so now let's move on to Harry. Starting off, I have the self-titled Harry Styles HS1. I never really understood why the CD's white. I guess it's kind of going for that clean bath aesthetic. But this is actually my favorite Harry album, so I can't hate on it. I also have this in vinyl form, and I just have it in the black pressing, and I've seen that there's like this like white and there's like this pink pressing, but I'm pretty sure those are like a lot of money. But I would love to get this in another pressing because it's my favorite like Harry album, and it would just be really cool. Next up we have Fine Line, and I just love the aesthetic that comes with this album. Like I love the colours, I love everything. I also have Fine Line on vinyl in the black pressing. And I feel like this is just so cool to have on vinyl because, you know, if you're having a bad day, having a little cry, just put on Fine Line on vinyl and you'll be fine. Next we have Harry's House, and I should have been saying this for the rest of them. I want to get like different versions of the CDs. Now I don't actually know if there is different versions for the other ones. I'm pretty sure there are different ones for Harry's House though. Like I have the blue one, and I'm pretty sure I think there's a yellow one as well. I also have Harry's House on vinyl, and I have the orange pressing, which I'm really happy about. I think there's also a blue pressing to like match the CD. I'm not quite sure, but I kind of like having the orange one. I wouldn't normally be an orange girly, but it kind of like, it matches just like the whole vibe of like Harry's House, so it's fine. That was the end of the Harry Styles bit. Now let's move on to Niall. I really need to get more Niall CDs because I've really been getting into his like older albums recently. The first one we have is Flicker, and my CD of this is quite beaten up. I should just like change the case because the case is kind of sticky, but I actually forgot that I had the purple one. I have the purple one. Next up we have Heartbreak Weather. I have been loving Heartbreak Weather recently, like the song Heartbreak Weather, black and white. Nice to Meet Ya Anyway is one of my favourite Niall songs. I think is my favourite Niall song. And like Small Talk and Dear Patience. Also, the CD is so pretty. It's kind of hard to show you on camera, but it's like this cloud effect. It's so pretty, and I love this album so much. Then we have The Show, and I feel like there probably is a different version of this cover, like an H&B exclusive or something. And I literally loved, like, The Show era for me felt like, because it came out in summer, it kind of felt like Harry's House 2.0, like the vibes were there. But yeah, I just feel like it was just like in summer, and the songs are very like summery. I love this album so much. I love this vinyl so much. I have The Show on vinyl, but I have the H&B exclusive cover. I so much prefer this to the actual just like cover. I am so happy with this vinyl. I got it in it's like the light blue color. It's possibly the prettiest vinyl I own because it's also like transparent, and it's so pretty. I'm pretty sure you can get a yellow one in this as well. But this is just the colour that comes to H&B. It's so pretty. Okay, so that was every One Direction solo album I own. And I quickly want to say, I love all of them. Like, I love all the members almost equally, apart from Louis. But I love Zayn and Liam. Zayn was my favourite back in the One Direction days. I just unfortunately don't like their music. Like, it's good music, it's just not my taste personally. And I do want to get their CDs because I do want to support them. But Liam's only got one album, so hopefully he releases another one soon. And Zayn's been teasing his album for what feels like 5 years. So, okay, so now let's go on to Taylor Swift. Okay, so let's start with debut Taylor Swift. And I just have the regular one, and I only have one of them. I actually got this recently. And at the time of recording, we do not have a Taylor's version for the debut CD. So I am so looking forward to that though, because debut is, I think, my third favourite Taylor album. I just love the vibe so much. Like, I love like the little design on the CD, and I just love this album. Next up is Fearless, and this was actually like the first and the original Taylor CD me and my sister got. It's not even like the actual like Fearless cover. I think this is like the UK version, or like I think this is like the international version or something. But yeah, I love Fearless. I need to get Taylor's version of Fearless. We support Taylor's version here because I got this before, but yeah. Next we have Speak Now, and this is my second favourite Taylor album. To start with, I just have 2 of the stolen versions of Speak Now. Now, this one I actually bought at HMV. I bought it last year, like in 2023. I bought it before Taylor's version came out. I just want to say that. I love this album and I wanted it on CD. I like bought this like 3 months before Taylor's version, so I didn't know it was gonna be Taylor's version. I'm trying to show you the back, but the glare, there we go. I love the back of this album, it's really cute. And then I actually got this one for Christmas. I found it at a charity shop. This is my first Taylor CD I found at a charity shop, so I was like, I'll be needing that. But yeah, so I have 2 copies of that. Then I have Speak Now, Taylor's version. When this came out, I was so excited. It comes with 2 discs, and it's just so pretty. I love the songs on this album so much. When I bought this, I was like crying. I have the Speak Now Taylor's version on vinyl. I can't remember what pressing this is. I think it's like Orchid, possibly. It's the darkest one, but I love this one so much, and it's like marbled effect with like different purples. Purple's my favorite color. I love this vinyl so much. Next we have 1989. I love 1989. It's my album. Like Take Me Home and 1989, my albums. Whew. I have the original one from 2014, and this is like my actual original one. Same with the Take Me Home one. I got this when it came out, and it's been through a lot. I love this album, but okay, tell me what you think. But since when was 1989's stolen version light blue? Like even before the Taylor's version, everyone said it was the light blue album. How is this light blue? I always thought 1989 was like light purple, like lilac. Like, what about this says I'm a light blue album? Apparently it's light blue now. It's also not a city album anymore, it's a beach, so it's fine, I'm not mad at all. But yeah, I have the regular one. It's not the deluxe one. I think, again, this is the international version because I've seen people that just has it just says like TS instead of like the full Taylor Swift. But I would like to get like the deluxe version of this. I am gonna get all the variants at some point. I just can't justify it yet because it's a lot of money and it's the same album, but I love the album. I have the aquamarine version. It's just so pretty. I've got the 1989 Taylor's version in Rose Garden. This is this and the Nile one are like in wars for the prettiest one because this is just such a nice color. Like, and it just like fits the album thing and it's so aesthetic. I love this cover so much. It's so pretty. It looks so nice to play. Next, I have Reputation. And I just want to say again, at the moment of filming this video, we do not have a Taylor's version. When it comes out, I will be buying it, but right now we do not have it. Here's what the actual CD looks like, and I love the aesthetic of this. I really hope she keeps the newspaper like black and white because it's just like so cool. I only have one of Reputation because I've only recently gotten into Reputation and I only recently got that CD as well. But like I said, when she comes out Taylor's version, I'll be getting that. Hopefully she does different variants and I'll be getting different versions of that. I'm just going to show these all at the same time because we're taking too long. I have just the regular Lover, but it's so pretty. Like, I love this album so much. And the CD is probably the prettiest CD I own. Like, it's got clouds on it. And I love this album so much. People seem to hate it for some reason, but I love it. Then we've got Folklore. This is just the regular one. I don't have any of the cool, like, looking CDs. It does look really cool. And first off, I want to say, I don't have the Evermore CD. Doesn't mean I'm an Evermore hater. I only recently got the Folklore CD. Like, I only just got into the Folklore vibe. I will get the Evermore one. Just wait. I've also recently gotten into Midnights. So many of these albums I didn't like particularly, and then I watched the Aerosol movie and I was like, these are so cool. So I went around HMV for deadass like 20 minutes trying to find this color. This is like the jade green or something. I wanted this color so badly. It's just so pretty. I also want the vinyl of this. I feel like I need to like the album more because I kind of want the vinyl because it looks nice. Okay, so that was all the Taylor vinyls. let's move on to just kind of like the random CDs that I've bought myself. But it's just like 1 or 2 CDs from that artist. So it's really not enough to like be its own category. There's also a lot of CDs here that like I have from my childhood as well. Just like random like albums I used to listen to. I'm gonna try and go through this decently quickly because I wanna show you, but this video is already probably really long. So let's just get started. First up, we have Guts by Olivia Rodrigo. And this is just the original cover. I really want to get the HMV vinyl cover of this instead because I much prefer that one. But here it is. I really love this album. And I really want to get Sour at one point because I don't particularly listen to Sour that much in general, but I kind of did when it came out. So I kind of just want to be able to have it and be like, yeah, I remember that album when it came out. I used to listen to it all the time. So I'm going to get that, but right now I only have Guts. Next up, we have American Idiot by Green Day. And I feel like this is such an iconic album. Like, it came out in 2004, but it's just giving 2014 vibes. And as everyone's saying now, 2024 is the new 2014. We're giving 2014 vibes this year. So I feel like this album needs to come back. This has nothing to do with this album, but this just reminded me, I want the Vamps, Union J, and Five Sauce CDs so bad. Union J because I went to their concert back in 2013 and I feel like it's just cool to have a CD of the band I went and saw. The Vamps because they are iconic, and Five Sauce also iconic. Next up, we have Avril Lavigne. And again, this is so iconic. Like, this needs to, people need to start listening to this album again more. It's just amazing. The next one I kind of just got for the giggles. I got it for Christmas. It's a Justin Bieber CD. And I'm pretty sure this one's from 2010. Yeah, this is the 2010 CD. And I don't listen to Justin Bieber anymore. But I used to. I used to listen to all these songs. So I needed it in the collection. Accidentally, I've somehow become an Ed Sheeran superfan. Like, don't get me wrong. I love Ed Sheeran and I love Divided. I somehow nearly have all his albums. I don't really know how this happened. Well, I do know. I got these for Christmas because I found them in the charity shop, and then like 2 days ago, I found this one in the charity shop. But we have Divided Plus and Multiply. I don't know the actual names. I'm just going to call them by the side, and I'm pretty sure all I need is minus. There might be an equals. But I somehow have Ed Sheeran CDs. But I kind of just needed them because they're like honestly so iconic. But yeah, they all look nice. They're all just kind of plain, but I feel like that's kind of his vibe. This one's so cool. Like, I like how it's like all like green. Like, it's sick. Next up, we have Salute by Little Mix. And I got this one originally in 2013 when it came out. I used to love Little Mix. So, oh, it's broken. I used to love Little Mix so much. And I feel like if you didn't know when this one came out, you could just know by looking at the color of the CD. Every single person who made music in 2013 made their albums this red. Like, the people with Psycho Music in 2013, everything was red. I picked stuff from the charity shop also a couple days ago, and it's the Black Eyed Peas album. This is just really iconic. Like, this album I used to listen to a lot as like a kid, and like, I got a feeling that's like the party song. Like, if you go to a party, that song has to be on the playlist. Next up, we got this Bruno Mars CD. Again, I've had this for ages. I always used to listen to it as a kid in the car. It's from 2010. And it's just such like, I don't know, it's such an iconic album. Another iconic album is Coldplay Parachutes. Is that how you pronounce it? Yeah. And this is just like yellow. Like, that's just, yeah, this is just an iconic album. I feel like everyone needs a Coldplay album in their collection. I got this one recently. I got it at Christmas. It's a Girls Aloud CD. I haven't listened to it yet. My friend recommended it. So I'm going to give this a listen and see how I feel about it. This CD used to come on every single car trip for so many years. When did this come out? Yeah, this came out in 2012. I feel like from 2012 to 2016, this was a part of every single one of our car journeys. It's the first Pitch Perfect soundtrack. Arguably the best, not even arguably, it's the best Pitch Perfect and the best soundtrack. Like, this movie, bro, amazing. Continuing on the theme of musicals, I've got Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. I always used to watch this musical as a kid. It's really good. The case is really beaten up, but this isn't my favourite cast, I don't think. But it's such a good musical and everyone should watch it if you haven't. Next up, we've got Nirvana, and I've got Nirvana, Nevermind, and In Utero. Whoa, look at me knowing the names of them. I got these for a friend. So when they were at my house, they could listen to CDs. Because I'm just like, I'm nice like that. Yeah, we have the In Utero CD, which looks kind of cool. Then here we have the Nevermind CD. Then I have the Bends by Radiohead. And again, I got it for a friend. So when they were at my house, they could listen to music. And yeah, Next up, you gotta take your mind back to like, I'm gonna say 2011. Here we have the pop parties, and now that's what you call CDs. Now, if you don't know what these are possibly the most iconic CDs of like the 2010s. Like if you grew up in the 2010s, like I was born 2006, these are lifesavers. Like you'd always get given these for like birthdays, and like you'd always play them in the car, and they're just like, they're the best. Starting off with Pop Party 11. Now, if you don't know what these are just kind of like the most popular songs of like, I'm guessing the year. This one's from 2013. So it's got songs like Boomerang, and it's got songs like Beauty and the Beat by Justin Bieber, Live While We're Young by One Direction, Good Time by Owl City, Diamonds by Rihanna, Something New by Girls Aloud, Wings by Little Mix, Heart Skips a Beat by Ollie Murs, Candy by Robbie Williams. In this, it's just like the regular CD of the music, but possibly the best part is the DVD. Now, this one specifically has Live While We're Young in it. I remember on loop was just playing the Live While We're Young music video, because this was back in like 2013. I didn't have a phone, I didn't have a tablet. My only source of listening to music was like CDs, and like Live While We're Young was possibly the first music video I ever saw. And because I had to watch it on this, like I didn't even have YouTube until like 2017 when I went to secondary school. I spent my entire primary school life not knowing YouTube was a thing, and just like listening to One Direction on CDs and then like on the TV and on the radio. But yeah, this is a very iconic one. We're gonna move on to the next one. Next up, we have Pop Party 13 from 2014. That's confusing. As you can see from this one, it's very iconic as well. It's got One Direction, it's got Little Mix, it's got the Vamps. It's just like the artists of the 2010s, and I am so happy to have grown up in the 2010s. Like I feel like I was on the perfect cusp of not having social media. Like it was a thing, to the point of people had loads of photos. There were the interviews from One Direction, and we got all of that interview content from One Direction, but people were still, CDs were the main thing. I didn't know social media was a thing. I didn't know Drunk Elephant. I wasn't like a Sephora kid. Like all my brain was is Mario Kart, 6 AM, Pop Party for One Direction, disco balls. Like, anyway, I'm gonna tell you what's on this album. So some of the iconic songs that are on this album is Bang Bang by Jessie J, Ariana Grande, and Nicki Minaj. Then Happy from Despicable Me by Pharrell Williams. Story of My Life by One Direction. I Will Never Let You Down by Rita Ora. Me and My Broken Heart by Brixton. Don't Stop by 5 Seconds of Summer. We've got Somebody to You by The Vamps. We've got Salute by Little Mix. We've got Timber by Pitbull. We've got Stay With Me by Sam Smith. And again, this is a DVD as well. So we've got the music videos, which is so cool. Yeah, moving on to the next one. Next up, we've got Dance Party 2012, which is basically, it's the same vibe. I'm pretty sure it's by the same people as well. It's just got all of like the trending songs. And on this one, it's got music videos, but it's also got a learn to do some of the dances as well, which is really cool. So let me read you some of the songs that are on here. We've got What Makes You Beautiful by One Direction. We've got Call Me Maybe by Carly Rae Jepsen. We've got Domino by Jessie J. We've got Swagger Jagger by Cheryl Lloyd. We've got Mama Do the Hump by Rizzle Kicks. We've got Dance For Me Tonight by Ollie Murs. We've got The Edge of Glory by Lady Gaga. There's a lot more ones, but those are just like the iconic ones of this one. So let's move to the next one. Next, we're gonna move on to the Now That's What I Call It. And this one's so iconic. It's basically the same as Pop Party. I feel like it's just a slightly more like mature version. These came out in 2016. That one did, at least. These ones came out in like 2014, 2016 times. It's basically the same thing. I think it's just like a more mature like audience. Okay, so starting off with Now That's What I Call 87. So this is what the inside looks like. And honestly, it's basically the same songs as the other one. I'll still read them out though. It's got Happy by Pharrell Williams. It's got Dark Horse by Katy Perry. Money on My Mind by Sam Smith. Word Up by Little Mix. She Looks So Perfect by 5 Seconds of Summer. Wrecking Ball by Miley Cyrus. Story of My Life by One Direction. Wild Heart by The Vamps. All of Me by John Lennon. Timber by Pitbull. Move by Little Mix. And Riptide by Vance Joyce. And there's loads more, again, but those are just like the most iconic ones from this CD, I think. Now That's What You Call 88. Literally same thing. Again, this one's also from 2014, I think. So looks the same inside roughly, and I'll read you the songs. So you've got Sing by Ed Sheeran. Stay With Me by Sam Smith. Budapest by George Ezra. Problem by Ariana Grande. I Will Never Let You Down by Rita Ora. A Sky Full of Stars by Coldplay. Classic by MKTO. Don't Stop by 5 Seconds of Summer. Salute by Rita Ora. Me and My Broken Heart by Brixton. Somebody to You by The Vamps. Last Night by The Vamps. Summer by Calvin Harris. And there's loads more, but yeah. Now That's What I Call Music 95. These ones typically have 2 discs, and it's got 40 5 top chart hits. We've got Shout Out to My Ex by Little Mix. We've got Rock My Baby by Clean Banded. We've got Side to Side by Ariana Grande. The Greatest by Sia. My Way by Calvin Harris. You Don't Know Love by Ollie Murs. Don't Wanna Know by Maroon 5. Mercy by Shawn Mendes. I Believe in You by Michael Bublé. One Dance by Drake. Dangerously by Sam Perth. That's all of the Now That's What I Call. Last up for this kind of thing is Little Boppers. And if you remember this, yeah, it's got 3 CDs. It looks like this. This was so iconic. If we couldn't decide what pop party or Now That's What You Call to take in the car, we would take this because this is from 2014. So this right here, the vibes are on this. So we've got Happy by Pharrell Williams, Raw by Katy Perry, Ghost, I Will Never Let You Down by Rita Ora, Story of My Life by One Direction, Diamonds by Rihanna, Money on My Mind by Sam Smith, Troublemaker by Ollie Murs, Summer by Calvin Harris, Hey Brother by Avisil, I don't ever know how to say their name, Salute by Little Mix, All of Me by John Lennon, Skyscraper by Sam Bailey, Wrecking Ball by Miley Cyrus. This is literally 2014 in a CD. This is insane. What Goes Around Comes Around by Justin Timberlake, She Makes Me Wanna JLS, Hall of Fame by The Script, Carry You by Union J, Here's Never Growing Up by Avril Lavigne. This CD is actually like the best thing, because if you don't know what to listen to, just put this on because it's like bangers non-stop. Okay, so that was officially the end of all my CDs I own. And now we're just gonna move on to the CDs that I have in general that aren't mine, are kind of just my family's, that were just in the loft and I kind of brought down and storing now. We're going to attempt to do this in years, like I've put them into year categories. So this category right here is the 80s. Now, I might have done some wrong. I tried to do them correct, but I have a feeling there's like a 70s one in there, in like the middle of the 90s. But I tried my best, so I'm just gonna show you now. First up, we've got Welcome to the Pleasure Dome, and this one is from 1984. Next up, we've got Tango in the Night by Fleetwood Mac, and this one's from 1987. Next up, we've got 2 Queen ones, and this one's actually got like the original like price sticker on it. And this one is Queen the Miracles, and it's from 1989. This one is Queen, A Kind of Magic, and this one's from 1986. Next up, we've got 90s. Next up, we've got An Instant Man by Billy Joel, and this one's from 1983 to 1998. Then we've got The Dogfather by Snoop Dogg, and this one's from 1996. Then we've got Bat Out of Hell by Meatloaf. This is the revamped version, and this one's from, this one's from 1977. I knew there was one. Next up, we've got Simon and Garfunkel's Greatest Hits. People Bizarre Fruit. I am not good at these names. Here it is. And this one is from 1994. Then we've got 2 more Queen ones. We've got this one. This one is Queen The Works, and this one's from 1994. Then we've got just Queen's Greatest Hits, and this one is from also 1994. Here we've got Mariah Carey, and this one is from 1993. Meatloaf and Bonnie Tyler, Heaven and Hell, and this one is from 1993. Then we've got All Saints, and this one is from 1997. Then we've got Fergie's The Score, and this one is from 1996. Jamie, I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce this. We've got this one, and it's from 1996. I need to hurry this up because my camera keeps dying and the sun's going down. So the next one is Bryan Adams' 18 Till I Die, and this one is from 1996. Next we have this really beaten up Spice Girls CD, and this is from 1996. Then we have Savage Garden, Truly Madly Deeply, and this one is from 1998. We have Tom Jones Reload, and this one's from 1999. Then we have Top of the CMG Pops, and this one is from 1999. Then we have 3 of these, and this is just the greatest 90s tops ever. And this one is from, this one's from 2013, but it's 90s pops, so. Then we have a couple of Beatles ones. The first one is The Beatles Help, and this one is from 1965. Why is this in the 90s category? Right, okay, well. Then we have The Beatles Live at the BBC, and this one is from 1994. Then we just have like another Beatles one, and this one is from also 1996. And then this one's really old apparently. It's The Beatles 1962 to 1966. That was all of the 90s ones, so now we're gonna move on to the 2000s. Okay, so yeah, next is the 2000s. Starting off strong, we're starting off with Madonna. and this one is from exactly 2000. Next one is Legends, and this one is from 2001. Oh, then we have 18 Legends, and this one is from 2002. Then we have Sex and the City, and this one is from 2004. Then we have Ultimate Dance Craze Party, and this one is from 2006. Then we have U2, 18 Singles, and this one is from 2006. Wow, this is like the year I was born. Gabriella, Lessons to Learn. There's still like loads of labels all over it. This one's from 2008. Then we have Elvis Presley, and this one is from 2008. Then we have this one. My teacher from secondary school actually got this for me. Tubular Bells. I definitely said that wrong. And this one is from 2000. If I have any CDs from your favorite artists, please tell me down below. I'm really interested. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's everything. That was all the CDs, and I just want to say, if you made it this far into the video, thank you so much. This was probably a really long video. And I counted it all up, and according to this, I have 91 CDs and 12 vinyls. But yeah, if you want to see me go through the vinyls more in depth, just comment them down below. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I enjoyed making it. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!